Welcome to the Heart for God podcast. With many years of experience pastoring and helping to start churches, Dr. Jim Townsley has some practical and biblical advice that can be a great help to you and your ministry. On this podcast, Dr. Townsley and other guests with special expertise cover a variety of topics. His goal is to help you lead your church to be a healthy, strong, and balanced ministry, and for your family to be happy, healthy, and living for the Lord.
Hey, thanks for listening today. Glad you joined us. I have a couple of friends with me here today. We're in Woodbridge, Virginia. Isn't that where we are,
Yes,
Brother
sir.
Carpenter?
Yes, sir.
And I have Brother Mark Carpenter, who's the pastor at Heritage Baptist Church. Why don't you just greet everybody, tell us a little bit about the church here and what you're doing.
Yes, sir. So glad to be a part of this. Thank you, Dr. Townsley. And Heritage Baptist Church, we have just entered our 45th year. In June, we'll celebrate our 45th anniversary. And we're right outside D.C., about 25 miles from the White House. And wonderful. I've been the pastor here for the last 6 years. It's been a wonderful time, and grateful to be a part of this ministry here.
And you're originally from Ohio, right?
That's correct, the Cleveland, Ohio area.
Yeah, and went to a great church there and to school there.
Yes, sir.
That's good. And your wife's from Ohio.
She is. She's from the Dayton area.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Also, we got someone else with us here today, Ryan DeLay. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir. You sure did.
Yeah. And so you just got here in this, you're kind of stationing yourself at the church here.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing.
Yes, sir. So I arrived here on Saturday night. Thank the Lord for all of that. Pastor Carpenter is so gracious enough in the church to house me here in one of the missions apartments. And basically, I'm kind of going to be the guy on the ground for the D.C. Gospel Outreach. And basically,
you just graduated, right?
I did, yes,
from
sir.
Ambassador College.
Yes, sir, I did. I graduated this past May from Ambassador Baptist College down there in Lattimore, North Carolina. And then the Lord kind of led me to kind of help out with this D.C. Gospel Outreach, which really is aimed at just trying to get the gospel to our nation's capital for our nation's 250th birthday.
All right. So there's preliminary work that has to be done. What is it you're doing? How are you preparing for this date?
Yes, sir. So the plan is to have groups come in during the months of June and July. So I'm really working
from all over.
Yes, sir. From all over the country. Basically, it's kind of going to be like a missions trip type deal where the youth group will come, a senior group will come, and they'll raise funds. Then they will come to the city, and we're going to just assist those pastors, those youth pastors who come to the city. And basically, we're just trying to pound DC with John and Romans, with tracts, and just a whole bunch of different things of that nature.
Okay, so where are people going to stay? They work out their own arrangements, motels. Are you helping coordinate that also?
Yes, sir. So I'm going to be working alongside a lot of these different pastors and youth pastors as far as whenever they're coming to the city. We're going to be trying to work with hotels and try to get special rates. And hopefully the hotels will know us as the DC Gospel Outreach. So then where the youth pastors and pastors will be the ones scheduling the hotels and things, but we're going to be working right alongside of them, say, okay, this here's a hotel that we've worked out some things with, call them directly, and then they'll be the ones scheduling it, but we're going to try to come alongside and help as much as we possibly can.
Okay, so you're spending a lot of time here. What exactly are you going to be doing between now and summer? Because right now there's snow on the ground. It's cold outside today.
Yes, sir.
You still got time before that. What are you going to be doing? And then how long will this be? Will it be 2 or 3 week period, or is it all summer? Or
Yes, sir. So basically, I'm going to be working with a lot of the different pastors in the area that we have partnered with, Pastor Carpenter being one of them, and just working with those different pastors and just trying to get to know the culture, the area, to then when the groups do come in during the months of June and July, it really will be going from June 1st through July 31st. So pretty much 2 months of just straight groups coming in. And I'm just going to be working with the pastors, trying to get things set up. I'm going to be working with the hotels. I'm going to be working with, fast food restaurants, just trying to get the logistical side kind of planned out and worked out, be working with Capitol Police so they know who we are. And so they're not, these people are coming in with boxes of John and Romans, what are they doing? So just a lot of the different logistical side of things is what I'm really going to be working on. Promotional side, I'll be visiting different churches in the area, kind of just letting them know who we are, what we're doing, and just try to get them on board as well.
so materials and all that's going to be provided for the groups coming in, and that's something you're also working on?
Yes, sir. We have special edition. We just got them. They look very, very sharp. Special edition John and Romans that say basically celebrate freedom, America 250. And we're working with Bearing Precious Seed up in Milford, Ohio. We're planning to get about 200,000 John and Romans for the project. And then that will be provided. We also have different 4x4 cards that typically have a Bible verse on them. Like we have some that say, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord, and call is really emphasized there. And then on the back of it, it kind of goes through the gospel. And then something really unique about this project is we have QR codes that link it to our website, dcgospel.org. That would also be a great place for people to go to find more out about it.
Is that up now?
It is, yes, sir, dcgospel.org.
Okay, so people can go look on that, and
They
they'll
can.
get more information.
Yes, sir, for sure. They can do that. And all those QR codes, if somebody will take their phone and scan that, that's going to send them to a personal testimony of somebody basically sharing the gospel in like a testimony. Hey, my name is fill in the blank, and then just kind of going through the gospel that way. So that's kind of a unique way that we're trying to get the gospel, to people to where they may not read the whole thing, but maybe they'll scan a QR code and they'll take them to the website.
So if people are coming, how long do you expect them to stay? I assume it's various time limits, somebody for a few days, or
Yes,
could
sir.
be a week, or
It could be a week, yes, sir. It's basically as long as the groups coming want to stay. We're trying to encourage those, especially outside of the D.C. area, to come for at least 3 days, just because it doesn't make sense to come for a day. If you're coming all the way from California for one day, it just doesn't make sense logistically, cost-wise, versus some of the churches, like Pastor Carpenter Church, they may just come up for a day or on a Saturday or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how all that's going to work. But especially for the groups coming from a farther distance, we're encouraging them for like a 3 to 5 day missions trip type deal. That's kind of what we're generally encouraging, but obviously that's flexible.
okay. Have you? This is off the cuff. You don't know what's going to ask this. Have you looked into the 4-H Center on the
I've
north
not,
side
no,
of
sir.
town? You're familiar with?
No, sir.
Oh, so they have like bunkhouses. I mean, they're groups. People may not have heard of 4-H, but that's sort of a rural club and have fairs and stuff like that. But the big thing in 4-H is they would go to D.C. for a week, and they had a 4-H center and so they've got a large number of rooms, and it's pretty reasonable. But that may be something to look into
For sure, and that's kind of what I'm here for as far as on the earlier planning side to find out things like that. I really appreciate you mentioning
we
that.
had a group stay there. I think it was our high school group. We went there and stayed, and it worked out good for teenagers in particular. It wouldn't be couples necessarily, but for teenage kids, it worked out really good.
Yeah.
So check into that. It's on the north side of town. I forget what town. It's just
I'll
on
do
the
that.
loop. Yeah. Brother Carpenter, you're trying to help with this project. I guess you're not quite as familiar as Ryan's telling us all this stuff. Some of that you're hearing for the first time too, I think.
Sure. Yeah, Brother Beal had gotten a hold of me, Alton Beal, Dr. Beal from Ambassador Baptist College, had gotten a hold of me, told me about his desire, and asked if I could help. And I'm fairly new to the D.C. area, and so I tried to point him to some more other pastors that might have a better understanding of this area, but assured him that we want to participate. We desire to help get the gospel out, and so we are glad that we can be a part of it, and we look forward to I have one of my staff members that's working with Ryan and going to work with getting our groups up there probably multiple times throughout the summer, but probably a day at a time what we would do.
Good. Well, we're here for a missions conference, and you've got a couple of missionaries. It's your booster conference.
Right.
Technically. But the church here supports a lot of missionaries, and you have missionaries that are from this church and from this ministry, and church planters and pastors all over the country. And you're doing something next summer for your 48th or 45th anniversary of the church. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, this summer we're having in June will be our anniversary Sunday, and our founding pastor, and then one of our another man that was a pastor here for a period of time, Dr. Jeff Amsball, will be coming back up to help us celebrate the 45th. But then in the fall, in September, we're having all of our heritage missionaries come home at the same time, and so we'll have 10 families here from all over the world that'll be a part of that, and so we're real excited about that.
That is great. And the church is a big missions supporter, and the people really are behind this.
It is a great missions giving church. I cannot take credit for that. It was a great missions giving church before I got here, and I'm grateful that they're continuing to do that. We support over 200 missionaries. Last year, nearly $700,000 in missions, and we're praying that the Lord. Right now, we're giving at a pace beyond that, and we're praying that it would continue. And our church certainly does love missionaries.
A missionary is going to be listening to this podcast and say, "Hey, where's that church at?"
Yeah, I'll be waiting for your calls.
Well, that's great. It's been a joy being here. Enjoyed the service this morning, and
Yes, sir. It was
felt
wonderful.
like things went very well, and we'll look forward to the service tonight.
Amen. Appreciate you being here.
And if you're interested in this gospel initiative, look up, what's the website again?
Yes, sir. dcgospel.org. Again, that's dcgospel.org. And then on there, it has all the information. It has the team, Dr. Alton Beal, the executive director of that project. It has myself and other ones that you can contact. It tells all about the mission.
All right, so contact Ryan and go be a part of it. You may be close enough, you just can drive over.
That'd be great.
That works too. So, well, thank you so much for listening today. God bless you. Have a good day.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the podcast, consider sharing it with a friend. You can also follow at Dr. Townsley on Twitter or on Facebook at Jim Townsley.